Hey, what's up guys? This is Jason Abbott. We're out here at the Kawasaki intro for the 2021 KX250. All right, so for 2021, Kawasaki, went back to the drawing board. They added quite a bit of new features to this model. It has an all-new frame and swing arm brought over from the KX450, updated suspension settings to kind of go along with that. But I think the main focus for these guys this year was to update the engine and try and massage the power a little bit and to improve the overall character. They have a new head, new cams, new piston, new crank. One of the big things for this year is the electric start. We no longer have a Kickstarter on this model. And another big push for these guys is a hydraulic clutch that comes stock on the model. Hopped on the bike first thing in the morning, went out there and instantly felt very comfortable. The chassis on this bike, it has a very rider-friendly cockpit. So going around the track, I felt right at home. Something that I kind of noticed right away is just, how well it handled the corners and how well it went around the track from the new frame and swing arm. And then I started kind of noticing, the power delivery and the power that it has from the motor. Kawasaki has always kind of been a step ahead in getting their power delivery character set up. But what they have this year, they have the 3 couplers that come on the model. You have a standard, a rich, and a lean. And then they also have a new hole shot device button on the handlebar this year, electronic. Basically, I went out there, I did a couple laps, I got used to the bike. I practiced some starts, and at the end of the first little session that we did, overall I was very happy with the motorcycle. Obviously, there's a couple things I wanted to change, but my overall first impression was very good. Like I said, I really liked the suspension, and the motor had really lively character as well. Something that I really enjoyed about the bike was the hydraulic clutch. You didn't have, I guess, maybe the off and on power that, say, like a cable clutch would have, so the modulation of the hydraulic clutch was a lot better, I felt. It helped to smooth the power band, and it didn't kind of stress your arm or your hand as much as, say, a cable clutch would, which was very nice. Something else that I noticed that was kind of a standout feature was the brakes, front and rear. I would drive into the corner really late just to see how fast I could stop, and I never over blew out a corner or anything. So, just those little things between the hydraulic clutch, the strong brakes, I was really happy with those. All right, so second moto out there, I obviously had a better feel for the bike, but I felt like I wanted a little bit more performance from the suspension, maybe a little bit better balance. Initially, I felt like the fork was a little bit low in the stroke when you were going down the straightaway. And as well, when you got onto the brakes, I felt like the fork dove a little bit. We started out the day with 103 on the sag on the rear. Instead of messing with the sag, what I did is I ended up turning in the compression on the fork too. Initially, that was good, but it made the fork a little tight. So I loosened the rebound too on the fork. And so what that did is it helped to balance out the compression and the rebound stacks. And so the fork itself felt a lot better. I ended up slowing down the rebound on the shock 2 clicks as well. While I was getting the fork to work very well, I was getting a little bit of active in the rear. And so by slowing down the rear, I was able to get a little bit better drive through corners, and it actually helped keep stability on entrance of corners as well. Kind of the final piece of the puzzle, something that I was missing from the suspension that I changed towards the end, was I dropped the forks in the triple clamp. So stock, the forks are at 5 mil in the clamp, and I dropped them down to 3. Now that's only 2 millimeters. You might not say that's a big deal, but honestly, that was the missing link to the whole puzzle itself. Again, just to review, 2 clicks stiffer on the fork, 2 faster, so open up the fork rebound, and then 2 slower on the shock, and I dropped the forks 2 mil. I'm vet expert, 190 pounds. I was 100% happy with the overall feel of the suspension and the chassis, the overall character. It was exactly what I was looking for today here at Perris Raceway. So another, feature that they added, it could be super small to some of you, but it's something that I noticed a lot, is the addition of the fat bars from Renthal. In the past, the Kawasaki's had these small 7/8 bars. I've always felt a lot of vibes in the bars and a lot of feedback. This year with the fat bar, I felt like that was kind of one of the things that helped the suspension and the front end feel so planted. You know, again, that frame and swing arm, it was very planted feeling, very confidence inspiring. And along with the bars, like the whole chassis in itself was, like I said, very comfortable. Another key feature for the Kawasaki's is their adjustability. Not only do they have the bar positioning adjustability, they have 2 positions that you can flip the mount each way, but they also have foot peg positioning that you could lower the foot pegs if need be. I'm 5'11". I've tried the lower foot pegs and I've tried the bar mounts, but honestly, my favorite position is having the foot pegs in the stock position and the bar mounts in the back position with the forward position on the risers. But again, you know, the adjustability and then also having the launch control this year too. So, you know, it's all about the features and the extra components of this bike. So obviously Kawi spent a lot of time revamping the engine this year and you know, changing a lot of pieces to get some more bottom end to kind of make the overall, you know, power delivery a little bit more user friendly. I think they did a very good job. Me personally, I was kind of looking for, you know, a little bit of power here and there throughout the day. So basically, here's what it is. So stock, the bike comes with a green coupler, right? That coupler is very good. Overall, it's very good. It has kind of a, you know, a peppy character from the bottom into the mid. I felt like it signed off maybe a little bit early on the top, and I also felt like the bottom could have been maybe a little bit more responsive. Overall, the green coupler is very good, but out here I was looking for a smoother power delivery through the corners, and I was looking for a little bit more pull on the top. So what we did is we went to the white coupler, which is the lean coupler, to get the more aggressive power delivery. And so I felt that the white coupler helped out, you know, probably maybe 30% of what I was looking for on the bottom. But man, it really woke up the mid and top. I really enjoyed the power with the white coupler. Once you're in past the mid range, I mean, the thing is just a blast to ride. You're just singing it. But I was still looking for a little bit better roll on through the corners and on the bottom end. So we had the guys put the black coupler in, which is the rich one. That was better on the bottom end, hands down. That was my favorite coupler for cornering. The downside is that it didn't have the pull of the mid and top that the other couplers did. So I think if I was gonna make my perfect coupler, I would do a black bottom, I would do a green mid, and I would do a white top. Now, with the Kawasaki tool, you can go in and change any one of the couplers and make it exactly how you want. I didn't do that today. That will be, you know, later on down the road when we follow up test. But I felt like, you know, overall, if I was going to stick with one today, I felt like, you know, the white lean map was going to be the one that I would stick with. I would just have to ride it a little bit more aggressive. Now, if somebody wants more bottom, obviously the black one's good. So I think that Kawasaki did a very good job with their power delivery. Having the options to change it is huge. Yes, it isn't on the fly. You have to come in and change the couplers. That's all right. But overall, like I said, the power delivery is very strong. I really enjoyed riding it. I think that I would want to make a little bit of mapping changes. I think the package overall is very good. All right, so kind of just as a recap of you know, our first day on the 2021 Kawasaki 250, very, very happy with it. The suspension, very good. The frame, the swing arm, the overall chassis and the handling was something that I really liked. You know, the motor again is highly updated. It has a lot of cool features on it. There's a lot of adjustability. I think I would want to adjust the maps a little bit for my liking, but I think that each map has its own character and it's easily definable between each one. So I think that, you know, the general consumer can find which coupler that they like. And I think that, you know, overall, Kawasaki did a very good job with their 21 model. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys want more information on the 2021 Kawasaki KX250, go to vitalmx.com and check out our first look of this model.